Hades. No, it's not just a place you wish your mother-in-law would go, or people who park over the lines and make you walk farther than you have to, because there's totally no room near their giant F-150, which did not happen to me today. It's also the name of a game. I'm really excited to be here reviewing this today, so let's take a look at a super serious review of Hades. Hades is a roguelike dungeon crawler by Supergiant Games, the creators of a game I personally remember fondly, Bastion. In the game you play as Zagreus, a guy who's more tired of his surroundings than I am.
You think she volunteered to deal with you? Nobody did.
He just wants to escape his father's realm and find his mother. Everyone in Hades works for his father, who is against the very idea, and they will do whatever they can to get into his good graces. Zagreus will have to cut, stab, shoot, punch, and blow up any poor unfortunate soul in his path to escape. The action is fast-paced. You will be dodging and hacking your way through all kinds of atmospheres and baddies from a top-down perspective. This game, being a roguelike, has many things to mix it up, with every playthrough being very different. With all kinds of weapons, keepsakes, abilities, and upgrades to unlock, it just keeps you wanting that little bit more, and then suddenly, one more try turns into 4 AM on a Monday. There's something very positive to be said by the atmosphere. There are not many games which take you to the underworld with this kind of style. You'll be greeted with pastel colors and themes based off of how deep you are in it, constantly reminding you of where you are and that your goal is to get the heck out. Though the overall theme is dark, the variations and color schemes used keep it from causing eye fatigue and boredom. Attacks from Zagreus look bright and violent, leaving behind trails, making every strike feel impactful because of it. Enemies are bright and varied enough, but I would like to see a bit more variety as the game continues to be worked on. My personal favorite enemy is the Wretched Lout. I think his design is great. Perhaps the best part of the art, though, are the character designs when speaking to them. These are done masterfully and are a real treat for the eyes, some more than others.
Zeus has made acquaintances with you?
Or beefcake, if that's your thing.
I am thinking that this time around, this smattering of my concoctions ought to do you right.
Overall, the graphics, while not mind-blowing all around, are done really well, and if you enjoy other Supergiant Games art styles, you will likely enjoy them here as well, just in a bit of a darker tone. I'd give graphics an 8 out of 10. To understand the gameplay, I will take a few minutes to explain some mechanics. You start each run in your father's courtroom, and here you can talk to the poor saps trapped with you. Dialogue and story are unlocked from talking to the denizens of this underworld, giving them gifts in the form of ambrosia, a type of currency you collect while you play. They may even have gifts in return for you in the form of keepsakes, which act like additional stat modifiers and are unlocked permanently.
Wait, I'll trade you. Look.
Cheers, Hypnos.
You can talk to house contractors and spend the gem currency to unlock cosmetic changes and new rooms to aid you in your escapes, such as healing fountains. I wish I had had that when Tommy stole my favorite Power Ranger action figure in kindergarten. But then again, some wounds are too deep to heal, ever. There's also the Wretched Broker, who allows you to exchange currencies to others for either hookup prices or carpet salesman prices. He has to make a living somehow, I guess. The Mirror of Night is in your room, and you will spend darkness here to level up permanent passive bonuses, which are vital to your success. Finally, before embarking, you will go to the weapons room, where you can unlock new weapons with katana keys and power them up with Titan's blood. There's also a talkative skeleton to practice moves on. This may seem overwhelming, but you will understand it quickly when you play. The goal is to get out of the underworld. When embarking, you will be greeted by your first god offering a boon. Boons last for the run and grant Zagreus varied abilities. So varied that I cannot even discuss them all here, but things like shooting homing arrows, poisonous strikes, bombs, deflecting projectiles when you dodge, turning into a tidal wave, and shooting frickin' blade beams and more are possible boons. Half of the fun is combining these and ending up with either an insanely good combination or realizing you messed up really bad and hoping to get lucky enough to remove some. You will then move forward through procedurally generated rooms with waves of baddies. At first there aren't many, but as you ascend, more and more waves appear per room and tougher enemies. After you defeat everyone, you will get whatever items the room contained and select the next room, each of which will give you something for completing it. There will always be at least one door, but usually you have options. Those items might be katana keys to unlock weapons or upgrade the mirror, darkness to upgrade Zagreus, gold to buy items from Chiron's shop, gems for construction, boons, health upgrades. You get the idea, there are a ton. At the end of every area are bosses guarding you, and these, depending on what you accumulated along the way, may be difficult, or like smashing a lollipop with a sledgehammer. I think more difficulty options should be added personally. Speaking of difficulty, this game can be difficult, but if you're used to roguelikes, not more than you're used to. Difficulty can be overcome by unlocking permanent upgrades, or putting on God mode, which makes you stronger, even more so when you die, making it very approachable, or just plain old getting good. With these options, it's accessible to pretty much everyone. How fun is the game? Very. It's a romp. Simple mechanics combined with only the randomness a roguelike can bring you to keep you playing and playing and playing. Will it change your mind on the genre if you haven't cared for it previously? Probably not. But if it's in your wheelhouse, you will definitely have a lot of fun. Gameplay, I give it 9 out of 10. The audio is good. Sounds are visceral and you can feel the slicing swords, whistling arrows, and impactful blows. The soundtrack was composed by Darren Korb, and thematically it really fits. Syncopated rhythm and driving guitars mixed with classical instruments, creating an otherworldly feel. The best thing that can be said about any soundtrack is it does a great job of sounding like it belongs. In this case, they nailed it perfectly. The music builds tension and intrigue. It has soft moments and hectic moments, most tracks building up to a frantic crescendo of sound. The instrument choices, however fitting to me though, did remind a little bit too much of some other titles such as The Witcher 3 soundtrack and Divinity Original Sin 2. You only get this vibe from it during certain songs, but it bears note as it may pull you a little bit out of the immersion if you played a lot of either of those games. A track I highly recommend listening to is Lament of Orpheus. It is haunting and beautiful. I give the sound a solid 9 out of 10. Value is perhaps the most important thing to consider before buying any game. Will you get your money's worth? I like to consider many things when looking at this factor, such as how much did I enjoy it? Did I get addicted to it while I was gathering footage? Do I think it has mass appeal? Does it have post-game or random elements changing up the gameplay? In this game's case, yes to all of the former. Despite it being a roguelike, it did something few of the genre ever do, making it accessible and playable for people who might not be good at these types of games with the included God mode. With so much to collect and explore, dialogue and lore to uncover from gifting the gods, and the feeling of getting ever more powerful in this game, it has very good longevity. It's priced at $24.99 on Steam and the same on Epic. The Switch price as of yet has not been announced. I believe the game has great value and the price is more than fair, as it will be able to occupy you for weeks, being both addictive and procedurally generated. The only way it could have more value at all is adding a level designer in. Great value, 9 out of 10 here. In summary, I really enjoyed my time in Hades, and I'm excited for the next update when they will add the true ending. If you enjoy roguelikes or have wanted to give them a shot and thought others were too unforgiving, this could serve well as your next adventure. Despite being still in early access, the game is mostly polished and feels finished. I only ran into one game-breaking bug where I dashed a ton during a fight with the first boss, and it played the sound non-stop after killing her, and then my game crashed. Other than that, and 1 or 2 frame drops, I encountered no real bugs during my playtime. With a great deal of variety to be had, each run felt massively different, and kept me tightly gripping my controller during some of the more intense moments. You have to love a game that allows you to unlock weapons and power-ups and has that can't stop factor. With immersive music, dark but thematic pastels, and constant choices to change your gameplay up, a likable cast of characters, and immense replayability, I give Hades a 9 out of 10 must buy. Thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it or want to support me at all, subscribing does a ton and it costs you really nothing. It keeps me motivated. And if you didn't like it, just go ahead and tell me in the comments how I could improve, because I'm definitely looking to improve my processes as I start on this adventure. Thank you and have a great day.